bemolle, signorina, bemolle. Da capo. No, non arriveremo mai in fondo così. Da capo. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Che c'è? Mamma, intervenga lei. Se la lezione non finisce non andremo mai a merito.
Ma certo, cara, ma perché parli così piano? No, non dorme mica. Anzi, Bennet, senti, devo parlarti. Come vedi, io sto facendo di tutto per rendere la casa accogliente. Ho mandato persino a prendere i pesci in città. Ma con questo non credere che io sarò molto gentile con lui. Del resto questa storia dell'eredità non mi è mai andata giù. È una storia ridicola ed oltretutto incomprensibile. Se adesso poi ha deciso di venirci a trovare, ebbene, venga pure. Però, con tutto il rispetto per la sua professione, per me resterà sempre una persona detestabile. E non mi importa niente che sia tuo cugino, capito? Capito, Bennet? Capito?
Mamma? Mamma, la signorina la saluta. Io ancora vestiti.
Arrivederla. Ho sentito che facciamo progressi, signorina,
Non molti, signora Bennet, non molti.
Cosa vuole? La Mary è ancora una bambina, non bisogna stancarla troppo, vero?
Certo, ma creda che delle volte mi stanco più io della sua bambina. Arrivederla.
Arrivederla.
Buongiorno, signor Bennet.
Senti, che tu non risponda a me passi, ma con gli estranei è troppo.
Ah, sei tu, cara?
Ma è mezz'ora che ti sto parlando.
È finita la lezione di musica?
Per carità.
Sì o no?
Sì.
Oh, finalmente.
Ah,
Così potrò riprendere la mia poltrona.
ah sì? È così che ti occupi dell'educazione di tua figlia, eh?
Ah, senti, cara, amo troppo la musica per sopportare questi strazi. O piuttosto non ti dimenticare che oggi deve arrivare il cugino Collins. Siccome è la prima volta che vieni qui, spero che vorrai essere gentile con lui.
Bennet, mi fai venire una crisi. È mezz'ora che ti sto dicendo che per quanto io conosca i miei doveri di ospite, nulla mi impedirà di trattenermi molte ore in camera per le mie emicrane.
E avrai torto. Prima di tutto perché, a quanto ricordo, la stupidità e la presunzione del cugino Collins sono uno spettacolo da non perdere. E poi, siccome quando io sarò morto potrà cacciarvi da questa casa quando gli piacerà, dovresti cercare di ammansirlo e non di esasperarlo. Tanto più che sembra venire animato da ottime intenzioni.
Senti, quali che siano le sue intenzioni, questo non diminuisce la crudeltà di togliere un patrimonio, una famiglia di 4 figlie. Davvero, Bennet, è terribile pensare che un giorno sarà il proprietario di questa casa e di tutte le nostre sostanze e io sarò costretta a subire i suoi soprusi.
Consolati augurandoti che sarò io a sopravviverti.
Beh.
Del resto, siamo giusti, la colpa non è sua, è nostra semmai, anzi, più precisamente tua.
Non dire assurdità.
Cara mia, se tu mi avessi dato un figlio maschio...
Senti, abbi pietà, dei miei nervi, abbi pietà. Ho fatto 4 tentativi, 4, non 1.
Mamma, noi andiamo.
La zia ci aspetta.
Hai bisogno di nulla, merito?
Rimproverarmi d'aver messo al mondo degli splendori simili.
E chi la rimprovera, mamma?
Vostro padre. Mi umilia anche nella mia maternità.
No, io ho detto solamente la verità. Del resto i documenti parlano chiaro. Venite qua. Venite un po' qua, figliole. Guardate questo. Ecco, questo ramo più grosso, questo è mio padre. Questi siamo io e zia Clarence.
Sì.
Sotto di me 4 rametti verdi.
Che saremmo noi.
Già. Sotto zia Clarence un rametto solo ma rosso.
Che sarebbe il cugino Collins.
Appunto.
Il rosso andrebbe bene se fosse un ufficiale, ma dato che è un pastore sarebbe più giusto il nero, no?
Ora, se il rametto rosso fosse stato dalla parte mia, questa casa andrebbe a mio figlio, ma siccome dalla parte di Clarence andrà a suo figlio William Collins, secondo le tradizioni della famiglia.
È una cosa iniqua. Io nei tuoi panni avrei cercato da un pezzo di rimediarvi in qualche modo, sai?
Veramente io ho cercato di fare tutto il possibile, ma non ho ottenuto che questi risultati.
Ja, een brief van mijn achterneef William Collins. Zo. Eens kijken wat de schriftuur van deze nagel aan mijn doodkist inhoudt. Hansvaart, 3 januari 1796. Hooggeachte heer. De oneenigheid die bestond tussen u en wijle uw achterneef, mijn hoogvereerde vader, heeft mij altijd mishaagd. Door mij niet, hè. Voor de doden niets dan goeds, maar als levend verschijnsel was je vader werkelijk ongenietbaar, mijn jongen. Als dominee acht ik het mijn dwingende plicht de zegen des vredes te bevestigen in alle huisgezinnen, te beginnen bij mijn eigen bloedverwanten. Laat de omstandigheid dat ik als oudste mannelijke nakomeling van uw geslacht in rechte lijn het erfrecht bezit op uw huis en goed, voor u en de uwen geen beletsel zijn de door mij aangeboden olijftak te aanvaarden. Ik heb dat al gezien, jongen. Je hangt van gemeenplaatsen aan elkaar, net als je vader. Indien u er niets op tegen hebt mij ten uwen te ontvangen, zal ik zo vrij zijn mijzelf het genoegen te doen u en uw familie te bezoeken op maandag 18 januari om 4 uur. Dat is dus vandaag. Ik hoop dan van uw gastvrijheid te mogen genieten tot de zaterdag der week daarop volgende. Ik dank u. Dat kunnen een paar gezellige 14 dagen worden. En hoe gaat het, mijn stoetje? Schiet je al wat op met die etudes? Hè? Hoe zijn de vorderingen vandaag?
Die laten zich moeilijk nagaan. Dat u me hebt verboden enig gerucht te maken op het spinet.
Stille muziek, mijn lief, ja. Dat is je waarde. Stille muziek. Is dit nu het borduurpatroon wat je kartelings zelf hebt ontworpen, Jane?
Ja, papa.
Dat is zeer begaafd, mijn kind. Buitengewoon geslaagd, hè? Nou, ik ben er zeker van dat de heer Bingley te zijner tijd zijn tafel met geen ander kleed gedekt wil zien.
Maar papa...
Kom, mijn duifje, het is al goed, hoor. Ik hoop dat jullie er veel plezier van mogen beleven. Ik hoop, mijn lieve, dat je vandaag gezorgd hebt voor een iets wat overdaadiger maal dan gewoonlijk.
Waarom?
Omdat we een gast krijgen.
Een gast? Wie?
Een lid van het sterke geslacht, te weten het mijne. En om nog nauwkeuriger te zijn, een vrijgezel.
Meneer Bingley, natuurlijk. Waarom heb je ons daar nooit iets van gezegd? Stotertje.
Mama, ik weet echt van niets.
Het is niet de heer Bingley, het is iemand die we nooit eerder gezien hebben.
Ik begrijp niet dat jij een vreemde hier op een diner kunt uitnodigen.
Ja, daar ben ik toe gekomen omdat hij me die gedachte eigenlijk zelf ingegeven heeft. Ja. En gemaakt heeft dat iedere afwijzing zou komen als mosterd na de maaltijd. Want vandaag komt hij en vandaag heb ik zijn brief gekregen.
Wanneer?
In de nanoen, om ongeveer 4 uur. En hij blijft 14 dagen.
Wie is het, papa?
Mijn achterneef William Collins. Die jullie, zodra ik de laatste snik gegeven heb, allemaal het huis uit en de straat op zal kunnen schoppen.
Waarom heb je daar toch nooit iets tegen gedaan? Van huis en haard verdreven te worden door zo'n verfoeilijke creatuur. En dat alleen omdat we geen zoon hebben.
Ja, William, mijn lieve, de opvolging van dit huis gaat nu eenmaal naar een mannelijk erfgenaam. Daar is niets aan te veranderen. Ja. Daar is absoluut niets aan te veranderen. Het enige wat jullie overblijft, dat is mij van stonden af aan, van ogenblik tot ogenblik met de liefderijkste zorgen te omringen. En te blijven hopen dat ik onze weleerwaarde neef overleef.
Maar ik meende dat onze familie al sedert jaren in onmin leefde, papa.
Hij is van zins ons lief te hebben. Hij, onze vijand, wil onze vriend worden.
Maar waarom? Ik geloof dat hij iets voor heeft met zijn komst.
Aha, ik heb altijd wel gezegd dat mijn Lizzie kon denken.
Maar welke bedoeling heb je dan op het oog, Lizzie? Nou, hij is dominee en een man, nietwaar?
Ja, laten we dat om je betoog te vergemakkelijken als vaststaand aannemen.
Is hij ongehuwd?
Ongetwijfeld.
Hoe oud?
Nou, tegen de 35 geloof ik.
Juist. Dan is mijn standpunt volkomen duidelijk.
Mijn lief, ik heb altijd gedacht dat jij je scherpzinnigheid van mij geërfd had, maar nu begin ik eraan te twijfelen.
Ik ga naar boven om de logeerkamer in orde te maken.
Maar ik dacht dat u hem zo'n verfoeilijke creatuur vond, mama.
Men moet zijn bakens op tijd weten te verzetten, mijn kind. Bovendien is het heel liefdeloos iemand verfoeilijk te noemen, wie het dan ook is. Ik zou graag willen dat er van stonde af aan een christelijke atmosfeer in dit huis begon te heersen. Kom mee, Jean. Wij gaan de logeerkamer in orde maken. Ja, mama.
Wat is er voor een man, papa?
Nou, dat is een brief te oordelen, een malle man. En een vreemde mengeling van slaafsheid en eigendunk. Maar we kunnen onze vijandige neef, met zijn hart vol barmhartigheid, nu ieder ogenblik op de stoep verwachten. Hè? Ja, het is op slag 4 uur. Daar is hij. En stipt is hij ook nog, nou ja. Dan kunnen we werkelijk alles verwachten. Stipte mensen zijn principieel onmogelijk. Ga hem open doen, Mary. Wij zijn in onze studeerkamer. We willen daar aan ons voorbereiden. Hè? Mijn eerste ontmoeting met hem wil ik tenminste op eigen terrein hebben.
Lady Catherine, what an immense privilege. What a pleasure. Even the House of God is honoured by your ladyship's presence. Ah, Mr. Berg, good morning. Lady Catherine, I was meditating last evening. Your charming daughter was born to be a duchess, and that the most elevated rank, instead of giving her consequence, would be adorned by her.
And go into the house.
Yes, Mama.
Mr. Collins, listen to me.
Lady Catherine, I am rapt.
Mr. Collins, you must marry. A clergyman like you must marry. Choose properly. Choose a gentlewoman for my sake. And your own, an active, useful kind of person. Not brought up high, but able to make a small income go a good way. This is my advice. Find such a woman as soon as you can. Bring her to Hunsford, and I will visit her.
Lady Catherine, as always, your advice is my command.
I hope, my dear, that you have ordered a good dinner today, because I have reason to expect an addition to our family party.
It is Mr. Bingley, I'm sure. Why, Jane, you never dropped a word of this, you sly thing. Well, I shall be extremely glad to see Mr. Bingley. Good. Oh, how unlucky. There's not a bit of fish to be got today. Lydia, ring the bell. I must speak with Hill immediately.
No, it is not Mr. Bingley. It is a person whom I never saw in the whole of my life.
Oh, tell her, Papa, tell her.
It is from my cousin, Mr. Collins, who, when I'm dead, may turn you all out of this house as soon as he pleases.
Oh, dear, pray do not speak of that odious man. I do think it is the hardest thing in the world that your estate should be entailed away from your own children.
Mamma, the entail is hardly the fault of Mr. Collins.
The fault of Mrs. Bennet is yours for not giving us a son.
Could anyone be so cruel?
It certainly is the most iniquitous affair, and nothing can clear Mr. Collins of the guilt of inheriting Longbourn. But if you will listen to his letter, I think perhaps you'll be a little softened by his manner of expressing himself. Hunsford, near Westham, Kent. Dear Sir, the disagreement subsisting between yourself and my late honoured father always gave me much uneasiness, and I have frequently wished to heal the breach. That does him credit, but wait for what follows. Having received ordination at Easter, I have been so fortunate as to be distinguished by the patronage of the Right Honourable Lady Catherine de Bourgh, whose beneficence has preferred me to the valuable rectory of this parish, where it shall be my earnest endeavour to be ready to perform those rites and ceremonies which are instituted by the Church of England.
That is very kind of him to christen, marry, and bury his parishioners whenever required.
I flatter myself that my present overtures of goodwill are highly commendable. If the circumstance of my being next in the entail of the Longbourn estate will be kindly overlooked on your side,
It will not be overlooked on my side, I can assure him.
and will not lead you to reject the offered olive branch, I propose myself the satisfaction of waiting on you and your family on Monday the 18th at 4 o'clock.
I hope, my dear, that you've ordered a good dinner today. We shall be one extra.
Well, you cannot mean Charlotte Lucas. I'm sure my day-to-day dinners are good enough for her. I do not believe she often sees such at home.
The person of whom I speak is a gentleman and a stranger.
Mr. Bingley. Mr. Bingley is coming here. He cannot keep away from Jane. Jane, you sly thing. I knew it. Jane has made a conquest.
I do not mean Mr. Bingley.
What? Yet another? What an excellent father you are, Mr. Bennet. And is he possessed of a good fortune?
I'm sorry to say that he is, yes.
Sorry. How sorry?
Because it is your daughter's fortune that he possesses, Mrs. Bennet. I speak of my cousin, Mr. Collins. And when I am dead, he may turn the lot of you out of this house as soon as he pleases.
But why is Mr. Collins coming here? He is an odious man. I cannot bear to have his name mentioned. My nerves are suffering. It is the hardest thing in the world for me to bear, and you know it is, that your estate shall be entailed away from your children. He is a monster.
Mother, it is not Mr. Collins's fault that he's to inherit this house. It is the fault of the entailment.
A monster!
A monster? But he claims to be a clergyman. Perhaps you would like me to read you his letter. It is very long.
Odious, hypocritical monster.
A clergyman.
Who gives twopence for a clergyman?
I am sure we will find him charming.
But we have none of us met him.
5 unmarried daughters, myself a widow, homeless. And what do you do about it, sir? Laugh?
No. I will read you part of his letter. It would quickly stop all mirth. Fearing to seem disrespectful of my father's memory, by being on good terms with anyone to whom it had pleased him to be at variance, but having received ordination into the clergy at Easter,
A common thief, ordained.
and the good fortune to have as my patron Lady Catherine de Bourgh,
He will worm his way in here, is that?
whose bounty and beneficence, and so on and so forth, he certainly is capable of feeling deference, my dear, and being ever ready to perform those rites and ceremonies which are instituted by the Church of England, and so on and so forth. Well, the upshot is that his father is dead, he is a clergyman, and young Mr. Collins proposes himself the satisfaction of waiting upon us on Monday the 18th at 4 o'clock, with the intention of staying for a week.
A week?
I knew he would be plain. Any man not in a red coat is plain.
But he is intelligent. In point of composition, the letter he wrote father was not deficient, and it was very long.
I hope, my dear, you have ordered a good dinner today, because I have reason to expect an addition to our family party.
Mr. Bingley! Why, Jane, you sly thing, you never dropped a word. Oh, not a bit of fish to be got, oh, Lord. Lydia, my love, ring the bell. I must speak to Hill directly.
It is not Mr. Bingley. It is a person I never saw in the whole course of my life.
Colonel Forster.
Captain Carter.
No, I know, Denny.
About a month ago, I received this letter. and about a fortnight ago I answered it, for I thought it was a case of some delicacy in requiring early attention. It is from my cousin, Mr. Collins, who, when I am dead, may turn you all out of this house as soon as he pleases.
Oh, my dear, pray don't mention that odious man. I think it the hardest thing in the world that your estate should be entailed away from your own poor children.
Indeed, my dear, nothing can clear Mr. Collins of the iniquitous crime of inheriting Longbourn. But if you will listen to his letter, you may be a little softened by his manner of expressing himself. My dear sir, the disagreement subsisting between yourself and my late honoured father always gave me much uneasiness, and since I have had the misfortune to lose him, I have frequently wished to heal the breach. There, Mrs. Bennet. My mind, however, is now made up on the subject.
For having received my ordination at Easter, I have been so fortunate as to be distinguished by the patronage of the Right Honourable Lady Catherine de Bourgh, whose bounty and beneficence has preferred me to the valuable rectory at Hunsford, where it is my earnest endeavour to demean myself with grateful respect towards her ladyship. As a clergyman, moreover, I feel it my duty to promote and establish the blessing of peace in all families within the reach of my influence. And on these grounds, I flatter myself that my present overtures of goodwill are highly commendable and will not lead you to reject the offered olive branch. I am, sir, keenly conscious of being the means of injuring your amiable daughters, and assure you of my readiness to make them every possible amends. I propose myself the satisfaction of waiting on you and your family on Monday the 18th. Have a care, Dawkins, and shall probably trespass on your hospitality till the Saturday seven-night following. I shall travel as far as the turnpike in my own modest equipage, where I hope to catch the Bromley post at 35 minutes past 10, and thence to Watford, from whence I shall engage a hired carriage to transport me to Longbourn, where, God willing, you may expect me by 4 in the afternoon.
And here he comes.
But he must be an oddity, don't you think? Well, if he's disposed to make our girls any amends, I shan't be the person to discourage him. Can you be a sensible man, sir?
Oh, I think not, my dear. Indeed, I have great hopes of finding him quite the reverse. Mr. Collins, you are very welcome.
My dear Mr. and Mrs. Bennet,
great long lashes like a cow. Did you see him? He looked right at me. Mrs. Hill to order us a sirloin, Betsy. Just the one mind, we're not made of money.
I hope, my dear, you've ordered a good dinner today. I have reason to expect an addition to our family party.
His name is Mr. Collins. He's the dreaded cousin. Who is to inherit? Indeed, everything, apparently.
Even my piano store belongs to Mr. Collins.
When? He may turn us out of the house as soon as he pleases.
But why? Because the estate passes directly to him and not to us poor females.
Mr. Collins at your service.